Forgot to adjust my headphones so I could hear myself. Well, it's another week and another podcast from your boy, me, Mr. BoyStick. I took a week off. I'm sorry. It does happen. But after the long weekend, I figured, fuck it. Let's keep this little vacation going.
The Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Stick coming back at you with another podcast, the Honestly Lazy Podcast. We are not live, we are pre-recorded. We record all week, as you know. Just the way I do things makes it easier. I can't sit and talk for 45 minutes straight. Who the hell can? So, welcome to it. It is me, Mr. BoyStick. You're either watching this or listening to this one or two ways, either on YouTube, typed in the Honestly Lazy Podcast and that shit popped up, or on Spotify, Honestly Lazy Podcast, and it popped up. We are, ladies and gentlemen, we are 6 subs away, I think, from 70 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're listening to this on Spotify and you have a YouTube account, just hop over and give me a sub on YouTube. Just help me out there just a little bit. Get me up to 70. It really motivates me. The views are getting better on YouTube, which I'm very surprised with. They're not great. 20 views, is like jack shit on YouTube. But to me, that's amazing. When I was really dedicated to this, I was getting, I know I always said, don't pay attention to the numbers. But the numbers were fucking bugging me when I was only getting 8 or 9 views. So, it's pretty dope to see that I can hit 20 views. I've done a few new things. Not really a few new things, but if you look behind me there at my whiteboard, you see that little black thing? I made myself some Honestly Lazy stickers. I found a website through a buddy, Bill, that I will be talking about in the opening of this podcast. So shout out to Bill. He sent me a website that prints you your stickers. So I decided, well, if I'm going to keep this brand going, I figured why the hell not invest in some stickers. And I've been handing them out like crazy. Everybody wants some stickers. It's funny because a guy today told me, I really like your sticker, I put it on my bong. So pretty much it's just the Honestly Lazy circle that you see at the beginning of the podcast. It's beautiful. And this guy told me he put on his bong, and I sat there and said, you know what? That is the perfect place to put my Honestly Lazy sticker on, is a fucking bong. I would have never thought of that. I wasn't sure. I've put one in my car, and I've put one on my whiteboard, but ever since, I've just been kind of handing them out to people that have been supporting the podcast, and people just want a sticker. There's a few people I still need to give a sticker to. One of them being my good buddy Nathan, pretty much the number 1 fan or number 2 fan of the Honestly Lazy Podcast. I need to get him his sticker, but besides that, everyone who's been wanting one. Oh, Quinn Marr, I gotta get Quinn some stickers. So if you're listening to this and you want a sticker, DM me or something, because I need to send it your way. If you were watching this, because this is coming on Friday, I'm recording this on Monday, but I am doing a live stream Instagram interview. I'm not sure why I'm doing this at the intro. I should probably talk about this after, so I probably will at the end of this podcast be talking about it, because it'll all be said and done by the end of it. But because I'm recording on Monday, I have no clue what to expect from this interview, but I will be posting the guy's this podcast in the description down below, just because he randomly DM'd me and said, yo, you want to come on my podcast? And I was like, fucking yeah, let's do it. I know I'm saying podcast a lot, but what can you do? I am sorry about not uploading last week. I was really struggling. It was really weird. There was nothing. I kept sitting there thinking about what the hell am I going to talk about? What the hell am I going to talk about? And there was nothing I really wanted to talk about. This week, obviously, I could talk about, the Russians invading Ukraine, and I don't really want to. All I'm saying is that I support the Ukraine and I stand by them. It's just like, it's such a fucked up thing and such a fucked up topic that I don't feel comfortable really talk about it because, I mean, I live in Canada and it's way worse than I could ever imagine over there. And me just saying thoughts and prayers is definitely not enough. Even me saying I stand by Ukraine it won't be enough, you know. It's I can't believe what the Ukraine is doing with their soldiers. They are fucking true heroes, man. Even every soldier who's just doing it, who are scared of their lives but they're still fighting for their country, you guys are the heroes. And you know, hopefully it doesn't turn into someone just pushing a button to end it all with a nuke. And that's all I really want to say is I'm scared of it because who knows how far it could go, and it could hit Canada, it could hit the States, it could hit anybody, and I really don't want it to go that far. I didn't even want it to go as far as it has, and it's terrible to see. And I mean, my TikTok, all of my social medias, I've just been seeing the most fucked up shit of Russia invading, and it's fucked. And I hope, I don't even know what to say. I hope, you know, it doesn't go much farther, because it's just going to keep going from right now. And I hope even, like, who knows, maybe by the time this podcast comes out on Friday, everything will have calmed down. I'm not getting high hopes for it, but hopefully, maybe. But yeah, I'm with the Ukraine, man. That shit's fucked. But I mean, damn, I should have done that at the end too. To kind of keep this moving, you know, it was family day the last weekend. Not this weekend just passed, the weekend before that put me on a very long vacation. I booked the Tuesday and the Wednesday off on top of it just because I was mentally drained from my job. But it was an eventful family day weekend because on top of it was my girlfriend's birthday. And, you know, we had some people over, we had some drinks, we threw a little gathering, I guess, you know, just hung out, listened to some music, had some drinks, smoked some darts, and a little bit of pot was probably tossed around. I don't smoke the pot though, but, you know, my girlfriend should be a party planner because she did a friends themed party and it fucking came out amazing. And, you know, I just kind of want to say, like, happy birthday to her because, you know, she turned the big 3-0. And, yeah, she was really nervous you know, no one's really excited to turn 30. So, you know, the people who came out and helped us with the party, or just helped by just being there at the party, I think really helped her out with, you know, turning 30. I mean, I definitely was having a good time because I got so drunk that not only did I have the confidence to play my guitar, I had the confidence to sing my own songs while playing my guitar. See, the one thing I realized when I'm really drunk and I'm really into playing my guitar, I beat the shit out of those strings like they're owing me money. I think I played two songs, literally 2 songs on that acoustic, and my fucking fingers were on fire. It was gnarly. My fingers were just burning up. Like I had to actually stop playing. It was weird. Maybe it was because I was drunk or something. I don't think the human body works like that, but I beat the shit out of my strings. Like, you know, just strumming, like, I don't know, George Thorogood playing Bad to the Bone or something like that. Or Hank Williams Jr. just, you know, ripping an electric guitar solo. But it was just me on the acoustic just playing a fucking E chord to an A chord. Just fucking slapping that shit. My songs are not very tricky in any ways. My songs are not tricky at all. You just kind of sit there and you you just kind of record, or you just kind of, like, I do like a 3 pattern mostly, pretty much just like a regular country song, except it's not usually G, D, and C. I try to change it up, but my songs are very easy to learn, and to me the lyrics are still always hit and miss, so, you know, what can you do? But, you know, I played my songs. I played Charleston Girl by Childers, like, just, you know, just fucking, you know, just shit that you do when you're just hammered. And just like, oh, you wake up in the morning like, I actually did that shit. I don't know why I even did that. That doesn't sound like something I do, but it's something I did. It was a fun time, and it was, you know, something that, you know, like us in an apartment, it's very rare that I throw parties. Like I've said before, in the highway house when I was being dumb, we would, like, every weekend be fucking partying, like house packed, music crank, beer pong, usually watching the UFC fight. So now that I'm kind of in an apartment and I'm living with a fucking girl, I can't do as much as that anymore. Like, I probably could, but I don't think my lady would like it. Because my lady ain't really a big beer drinker. She ain't really a drinker at all. So, like, if I was doing what I was doing at the highway house, she would definitely murder me and bury me somewhere where no one would ever find me. But we did do one thing. A nice big grown-up step in our relationship. Okay, we've been dating for a year now. Like, over a year. We didn't even celebrate our 1-year anniversary because we don't even know when we started fucking dating. But, like, at this point, all the months where technically we started dating, we've been dating for. Like, we fucking are way past them. So we've been dating for over a year. It was her birthday, and her parents were coming down to you know, celebrate her birthday. So I thought, what a great time for my parents to come down and the parents can meet for the first time. And I guarantee you guys will never guess the twist to this story. The twist is I left a cock drawing on my fridge while they were visiting. Now let me rewind this just a little bit and explain the background of why I had a cock drawing on my fridge. For that, you know, in plain sight for everybody to see. So my good buddy Bill, who in the last episode of the podcast I uploaded, I called him a fucking dick, but he did draw a good logo for the Shower Beers Quote of the Day part of the podcast. So Bill and I have a very weird relationship of just, like, pretty much I always lose and he just chirps the living fuck out of me. So like, for a long time we didn't talk to each other. I don't know why. He was just like, you know, we just work, like, you know, we just kind of work together. But then one day we started talking because we were talking about how I got a black eye from my brother. Like, I had a nice shiner. And he was pretty much just saying, at least it was an older brother who gave it to you and not a younger brother, because that would be embarrassing. So ever since, you know, well, at first we didn't chirp each other, but, you know, Bill, being the man that he is, he can fucking chirp and chirp and chirp, and nothing bugs him. Like, I've tried to chirp him back, made fun of him from where he's from, made fun of him for his fucking beard, made fun of him for his earrings, made fun of him for his fucking tattoos. Oh my god, I'm making him kind of sound like a gay guy right now. I'm making myself sound kind of gay. That's okay, it's 2022, holy fuck, I'm fucked up. I'm not drunk or anything. I'm like fucked up for my ears. That's bad. I had to look at my fucking calendar on my computer. So, so, you know, our relationship, you know, it turned into chirping the living shell of each other, and me never being able to get him with a burn that would actually shut him up. He has a comeback every fucking time. So, you know, time goes on. And I realize I'm just like fucking losing. I just keep losing a battle. So I fucking told him. I told him, like, you know what? You may be able to chirp me, but one day I'm going to get you back somehow. So my idea was I'm going to draw a cock, and I'm going to, like, fucking put it in his car or something. I told him that I was going to do it one day, and Well, he beat me to the punch. And one thing you don't know about this man is that he is an apprentice for a tattoo shop. So you can imagine a guy who's an apprentice for a tattoo shop, how good of a drawer he is. And one day, he just drew a fucking cock and threw it in my car. And I died laughing for an extreme amount of time. And I laughed so hard, I told him, I'm gonna put this on my fridge. And he didn't believe me. And I actually put it on my fridge. Now, it was really funny because this thing has been on my fridge for like fucking months now. It really is, it's there. Like, and I'm not talking like, you know, like a 3x3 picture. No, this is like a whole fucking sheet of paper. And it's just a cock. I don't know. Like, you think my girlfriend would randomly just take it down? For some reason, she just left it there. Like, you know, I'm not blaming her, but I'm like saying like, fuck, man. Like, I'm a fucked up human being. And she's like the normal of the relationship. You think she'd be like, no, this isn't happening. I mean, we threw fucking parties where that cock was on the fridge and nobody noticed. And it's weird because it's a shaded cock. So it was like, it definitely sticks out if you look at it. He did it with pen on his break. And, fucking Christ, just thinking about it. So I forgot about the cock on my fridge. And, well, the parents came over, and I remember throughout the week before the parents came over, I said, you gotta remind me to my girlfriend, you gotta remind me to take that fucking drawing off the fridge. And we didn't, but my girlfriend thought ahead and put a Dairy Queen fucking coupon book in front of it. So you couldn't actually see, you know, the Dairy Queen shit covers it, right? So, I don't know, we laughed. And, you know, I showed Bill that I put it on my fridge and we had a good time. Sat there for months. People never noticed it. The parents come over and lo and behold, that's the day where I fucking completely forget about it. And I think, like, I had to get someone a glass of water. I think it was, like, my girlfriend's parents. Luckily, so how my kitchen set up, you know, our dinner table is like the kitchen, and then the little fucking entrance to the living room, and the kitchen table's right there. Her parents were facing away from the fridge, from the drawing. And thank God, because my parents would probably laugh at it and not say a word. Now, if her parents saw it, I'm not 100% how they react. The one thing I have right next to my fucking my dinner table on the wall, there's that my black and white photo. That's my Instagram picture of me with a dart and a beer in my hand. That's hanging on my wall, and I remember the first time our parents saw that, they're like, "Oh, look at you're smoking." So God knows what they'd said if they saw a cock. So literally, I open the fridge and the Dairy Queen coupons fall off, and there it is, just the drawing. You know, it's there. And I mean, I didn't know. I closed the fridge, and my girlfriend's trying to hint at me. She's like looking at me, looking at the fridge, and she's like trying to make me read her lips. By the way, I'm not good at reading lips. So I was like, what the fuck is she trying to say? So I walked up to her. I was like, what are you trying to say? And she whispers in my ear. She's like, the drawing is in plain sight. I was like, what drawing? Then I looked, and there it was. I was like, oh, fuck, that's not good. So my instinct was rip the thing off and throw it in my bedroom. Now, a normal person would probably not try, or would try to not make a big deal out of it. And thankfully, nobody noticed. But I think I knocked off every magnet on the fridge when I grabbed this drawing. That's how, like, you know, aggressive I was. Just fucking knocked everything off. And I ran into my bedroom and I threw it away. I can't believe I forgot about it. So I threw it out because, or no, I didn't throw it out. I still have it. Maybe I'll auction it off one day when I'm famous. But I didn't throw it out. But I still have it. But I did not do a good job. Knocked every magnet off. Ran out of the room. Nobody noticed. And the next time I saw my dad, I was like, so did you ever notice the big drawing on my fridge? And he's like, what big drawing? And I told him what it was. And thank God my dad's good personality. He just laughed. But I mean, holy shit. Like, if that was my kid in that type of situation and he told me that, I would have been kind of like, you fucking do what when? That's how you become single again, or that's how the other parents stop liking you. But my dad knows that I'm just a dumb fucking human being, and I think a lot of people get my sense of humor, like when it comes to that type of shit, and they just say that's just Justin being very Justin-y, I guess, like just being an idiot. But holy fuck was it funny. You know, in this crazy, crazy world, I don't doubt anything is possible anymore. You know, like billionaires are sending people to space. Trudeau is running to Canada into the ground. You know, fucking, I could hit 1 million subscribers on this podcast. Nothing is impossible nowadays because of what the past has shown. You know, but with everything that's going on, you know, everything, it's getting nuts. It's getting pretty scary out there. But I saw this the other day. Shout out to Creator Flicks for posting this on their Instagram. But you know, they're insane with all the clips and stuff. But I saw this clip the other day and I was like, maybe I should really talk about this, because if there's anything possible, this is definitely something that could happen. I hope it doesn't, because it's a scary thing to think about, but you never know in this day and age. So I'm just going to play it real quick. This is the newest thing that's happening. Logan Paul, the boxer who is not a good boxer, the man who started an energy drink, the man who has somehow fucked up so much, but yet is just making more and more money, has this now to say about his future for, I guess, his career. We're just going to play this clip real quick.
I really do think I'm going to make a run for president when I'm 35. Like that ass.
What would be your first policy you want?
I don't know. I have to do more research, but I think I could do some seriously good shit that is so necessary and in my head feels inevitable, but someone has to do it.
Why I see you doing it, I think 35 is early.
Is there any chance, and honestly I think there should be, that you would consider me as a running mate?
No.
Why?
Because you can't run. And you're not his mate. Because of your bum ass ankle.
You are so, that's...
So, yeah. That is Logan Paul literally saying, by the age of 35, all right, this guy is the same age as me. So in less than 10 years, this man will be running for president of the United States. I don't know what makes him think he can do it, but I can say from this clip alone, there's two things that are happening that are the most basic things that I can think of. First of all, he's surrounded by yes men. And in reality, if you're this famous and you're talking like this, you should not be surrounded by yes men. You can literally hear his buddy say, I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but 35 is like too young. It's like, just shut the fuck up. Like to me, all right, I'm trying to be like Logan's friend right now. You need one of me in your crew just to be like this. No, you shouldn't run for president. I mean, I get it. Donald Trump ran and he became president, but Donald Trump was also a fucking idiot, in my opinion. I know there's a bunch of people who like Donald Trump. I thought he was kind of a goof, but I also live in Canada. But Logan Paul, you should not run for president. You should not be around yes men when you're saying shit like this, because guess what? You might actually get in. I mean, with his followers and his fame, the clout chasing he does and always succeeds with, you know, he could literally make it. Because by 35, all those kids who were like subscribing to him when he first started out on YouTube, when he was my age, like 23, 20, I think he was 20 actually, or whatever, they will be able to vote. Probably. I don't know how old they are. But a lot of people that subscribed to him when they were younger, by the time he says, I'm going to run for president, if he actually made it and was eligible or whatever the fuck, like his party picked him to run, he could actually do it. And I mean, the funniest thing is, so he has Yes Man, and it's like a little kid, literally a little kid that says he's going to be president one day. What are you going to change? I don't know, but I need to do more research. But stuff that is like necessary. Oh, really? Nah, fuck it. No, you know what? Make the drinking age fucking 16. No. The shit that is necessary. No, oh my god, that's what everybody said. That's what politicians say nowadays when they're running. I'll change everything that's necessary. Trudeau got in because he was going to legalize pot. That's the only good thing that guy did. And now you're sitting there like, I'm going to do whatever is necessary. No, that's okay, give me specifics. Don't just say you need to do more research. Don't say you're going to run for president if you don't even know what your fucking platform's going to be. What are you going to, like, who's going to be the people you want voting for you? The young votes, the old votes, the fucking Logan Paulers, I guess? I don't know. This guy can literally go on stage and just start dabbing on the haters, and he'll still get in the office because he just is that big. I'm not even sure what his Instagram, like, I'm pretty sure last time I checked, he was like at 30 mil subscribers on YouTube and shit. This guy could just use YouTube and Twitter and Instagram as his platform, and he would get in. You wanna know why? Because politicians all sound professional and shit. I think this is how Donald Trump was really, like, got all the votes, is because he sounded like a normal fucking human being. All these other politicians sound like robots. Maybe not to people know what politics are like, but to me, the guy who doesn't know who he's ever going to vote for, they always sound like robots. And you have someone come in like fucking Donald Trump, and he's like, I'm just going to bomb the shit out of people. And dumbasses like me, okay, I shouldn't say dumbasses, I'm on a rant, but people like me are like, yes, that's the guy, like, he won. Fuck, man. Like, it's just a scary thing. Like, this is the world that we're living in now. That little social media stars are like, I'm going to run the country one day. It's a fucking scary thing, because to me, there's people who have been, like, wanting to be in politics since they're, like, 6 years old. Now, I'm not saying Logan Paul probably wasn't like that. Maybe he was. But, I mean, you've done a lot of dumb shit. So, on top of the fact he has, like, whatever, 30 million subscribers on YouTube, someone can make a good propaganda video to make you look really bad just from your old YouTube videos. From you, like, the forest, pretending to be more colorblind than you were. You've said and done really dumb shit. I mean, even tasing the dead rat would be enough, like, for a propaganda thing. Like, Logan Paul has done some shit, and he recorded for more than 365 days, like, every single day. I'm pretty sure someone could just sit there and go through every single video and just make a fucking propaganda video to make you look bad. But at the same time, there's still 30 million people. I'm not saying they're all American. I guarantee there's Canadian stuff like that, but there's still a lot of people that, you know, well, who follow him, that will literally take him on and take everything he's saying seriously and vote him in. It's a scary thing. I don't even want to think about America if Logan Paul actually decides to run it. Like, if he actually got in, imagine. What the fuck? He'd probably get rid of money and just do NFTs and fucking Bitcoin. No more money. There's NFT and Bitcoin. I could literally see him doing that. Like, you fail. Like, you're not even a good boxer. You keep saying you retired Floyd Mayweather. You didn't. You honestly, he beat the shit out of you. Just like KSI beat the shit out of you. Just like the next person you're going to box is going to beat the shit out of you. I don't know how or why you think it's a good idea that you should run the country, but I'm sorry. I will be your non-yes man. Like, if I was ever as famous as him, I'd probably be still hanging out with the guys I grew up with. I'm just saying probably. I would be hanging out with the guys I hang out with every single day. Because if I said something like this, like one day I'm going to run the country, they would shut that shit down right quick. They would literally be like, no, you couldn't. What the fuck? What would you change? I'm like, bro, I need to do a little bit more research. Like, what fucking research? You don't know shit about, like, the laws or anything. And this is what I think also about Logan, is the fact that he's going to be sitting there and he thinks he can just snap his fingers and just be like, okay, this is a new thing and everything. And it's just like, it just goes into motion. It's not like you have to go to like a fucking in front of like a bunch of other parties that are part of it, and like you gotta go with your party and try to fight it and get the votes to make everything okay. It's not just like fucking shit pops up. It's like, oh yeah, you know what? Let's fucking, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something like edgy to say, but I'm nervous if I say it, people will just be mad at me. So let's just say something like, I don't know, we should legalize pot in every single state. I think they all are, but I'm not 100%. And it's like, it's not like, oh yeah, let's do it. No, it's like, fuck, you gotta go through a lot of people to get that. You can't just be like, okay, this country's talking shit. Like, especially with Logan Paul with Twitter. You'd be like, what, is this guy talking shit about me, bro? Is this guy going to fucking talk shit on me? You go on YouTube and be like, alright guys, so this country's talking shit about America. If this video hits 500 million likes, I'll push the button. I'll make sure they fucking turn into a parking lot. Like, that's what it's just, I know it's not even close to what it actually be like, but I could see, like, this is like the joke, like, this is where it could go, where it's just like, each time he has to make a serious decision, he just goes on YouTube or Instagram and does a poll, or like, if this video gets this many likes, I'll have to do it. You only got 24 hours because they might nuke us back. It's just, it's a scary thing, but like, I can see him doing something like that. Like, like when you watch his old videos, like, could you imagine that old Logan with like the fucking flowy hair, like no beard, like douchebag, like kid who was just, oh my god, like trying to be so entertaining on vlogs, jumping around like an idiot. Imagine that running around the fucking White House, fucking making shitty diss tracks for like fucking stupid shit. It's like, they're about to go to war with Russia. He's like, yo, I'll box Vladimir Putin right now. If I win, you know you have to change your name, man. You have to change your name to Vladimir Poop yourself. And then the war's over. Like, it's just like, there's just non-stop jokes going through my head. I should do a video on BoyStick of just if Logan Paul actually went into the White House. Logan Paul would probably take the video down because his ego can't take fucking shit. I mean, come on. This is the same guy who said he might actually be, or he will fight Mike Tyson. He's not the brightest kid. Same age as me. And I've seen him literally say like, oh, give me 10 minutes and I'll make you a millionaire and shit. It's like, bro, okay, like, first of all, how to become a millionaire? First of all, you have to have a lot of money to become a millionaire. Or you have to have $1 million to be a millionaire, and then I can make you like another million or 500 million, or just fucking buy this Bitcoin or buy an NFT off me and I'll fucking, it's so stupid. It's nuts. Like, I wouldn't trust a guy who can make me a millionaire who buys fucking Pokemon cards. I wouldn't trust the man who literally got robbed. Like, this guy spent $3.5 million on like the starter decks of Pokemon and they were fake. I wouldn't trust that guy at all, because especially if you're that rich, you should be able to find a guy that you can like, that will make sure that they're real, and yet you still fucking failed. And like, whatever. Buy another one, you rich motherfucker. But at the end of the day, Logan Paul, don't hang around yes men, and don't think you actually have a chance to make a difference if you actually made it as a president, if you actually made it in. I'm not doubting. I like I said, man, you got enough followers, you could probably get in. But don't think you can just snap your fingers and be like, yeah, this is no change. It doesn't work like that, all right? This is your Canadian boy. You know, we're the same age. You're obviously doing better than me. You got nicer cars and a big house and stuff. But this is the Canadian boy. I'm over the border from you, and all I'm saying is, like, think your shit through before you really think you can run for president. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it there. Well, it's like, what time is it? I check my phone. It's 11:40 in the morning. I figure it's too early to crack a beer, so I figure I'd have a nice little iced tea, but a little bit of alcohol in it. You know, the morning drink.
Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Well, Canada's doing a good job with, fighting back against Russia for, their fucked up shit they're doing to Ukraine. I know I said at the beginning that I wasn't going to talk about what's going on over there, but I kind of want to talk about what Canada's doing to fight the fucking power. And the first thing they're doing is taking out all Russian booze off the LCBO and all the liquor stores. That's really fighting the power, Canada. Good fucking keep her moving, I guess. I don't even know how to react to that. Like, yes, we shall take their booze away. They will have no money. By the way, they gave us our oil, so now our gas prices are going through the fucking roof. So right now in Canada, the last time I got gas, it was $1. I went somewhere cheap. It was like $1.52 for a liter. $1.52 a liter. They're saying because of all this Russian shit that Canada will see our gas prices go up to not like $1.70 or $1.60. We could be paying $2 a liter of gas. Like, fucking thanks, Trudeau. Like, way to fight the power. You're fucking us. Like, okay, take the Russian booze off, but you really should figure out a different way so our gas prices don't go to $2 a fucking liter. Is it a liter? Yeah, a liter in Canada. But I mean, it was really funny because I was talking to people. It was like when COVID first happened. I was talking to people today or the other day about, them taking the Russian vodka off. And this one guy I was talking to was like, I went out and bought a 16 and 26er of mine because only Russia makes good vodka, which is true. I don't even know what companies that are Canadian that make vodka, but like, I made a joke to someone today about the fucking vodka thing, and I literally said, if I really need vodka for my screwdriver in the morning. Oh god, that sounds bad. I don't drink screwdrivers every day. I want to be clear about that, but I do like having a screwdriver on the weekend from time to time. If it got bad enough, I'd probably just make some fucking potato vodka and like some jail vodka in my bathtub, which I don't think my girlfriend would okay, but you never know. Maybe she will, and everything will be G dandy. Just as long, I know Budweiser is not Russian, but just as long as you don't fuck with America that makes Budweiser, I'll still be a happy camper. I'm not a big vodka fan in the first place, and like screwdrivers are like the only thing I put them in, and this one blueberry club soda and vodka drink that my upstairs neighbor actually showed me. It's a very nice drink. But, I mean, the vodka coming off the shelves doesn't affect me really at all. It is like, it's always nice to have some vodka, if you're throwing a party, jello shooters and all that type of stuff. But for me, it's not the end of the world, but it did remind me when this happened, it actually did remind me about this one time when COVID first happened, when they were locking everything down. I remember there was the rumor, because they were coming out with the announcements of like what was getting locked down. So like the bars and shit were locking down and shit. Everybody was like, oh my god, we're taking this serious. Now it's like 2 years down to later, and we're like, fuck it. Like, we're all like, enough of us are vaccinated, get fucked. But when it was first happening, I literally knew people who drove out and spent like their whole paycheck on booze. Like, that's how, because they thought the LCBOs were going to close, or like the beer stores, or they thought the liquor stores were going to close. So they literally like got paid and went out and bought as much booze as they could, just in case they couldn't get booze, just in case the LCBO was going to close down. And to me, I always knew that it wasn't going to close down, just for the fact of that's how the LCBO is like the government. So I knew they weren't going to close down because that's how they get money for the fucking government in a way. So yeah, no, they're not getting rid of the liquor stores or the weed stores or cigarettes or anything. We didn't really do that much. It was like COVID happened and we were just kind of like, well, at least we'll get through it drunk and stoned. I mean, it worked. I had a lot of good times during COVID. But Ontario now, okay, I know I totally screwed up the vodka going off the shelves, but I talked about it. Whatever. We're on to new things. Ontario this week has announced that they're lifting all restrictions for restaurants and gyms and movie theaters and all that, which means no more vaccine passports. Thank fucking God. Which is funny because I never had my barcode until literally the other day. I was going out to the keg and I need my barcode then. That's the only time I ever downloaded it. But I mean, it was just a pain in the ass to fucking everywhere I go. If I wanted to have food or something, I had to whip out my ID, whip out my barcode. They look at my fucking passport, look at my ID. It was just a fucking pain in the ass, and it was just totally a waste of time. And I mean, like, the barcode was how, you know, people could finally get, like, prove that they were vaccinated. Because there was, like, when it was just like the piece of paper says your name on it and all that shit, that was not enough. Like, people, I guarantee you, people were photoshopping that and fucking putting other people's names on it and just selling them. It's a fucked up time, but people didn't want to get vaccinated and they still wanted to go out. What can you do? So, I mean, it is pretty good to see that things are starting to go back to normal. And today, on Tuesday, they said that in a few weeks, that we might be able to see the mask mandate come off, which would be a blessing. I've been wearing a mask at work every single day for 2 years, and you know, you get used to it. It becomes second like hand. You know, you go to work, put your mask on, you feel weird without it. It's gonna be really funny when you don't have to wear them anymore, but I got a feeling my work is still gonna be like, you gotta wear your mask, and if they do, I'll have to do it, but you know, I don't want to. But you know, it is good to see stuff finally going back to normal. It was really funny because when shit started lifting this time after the Omicron wave came through, it was like shit. Just you're listening to radio one day and there's like no ads. The next day it's like, oh, this band's coming to this venue. Oh, this music festival's happening here. Hey, you want to come to fucking a derby? It's all the way out here. Oh, this race is happening at Mossport. It's great. It's great to hear. It's honestly good to hear radio back to those type of ads, because like for 2 years it was fucking depressing listening to the radio. Sometimes I'd listen to radio just to hear what concerts were coming to town, because while you're driving, I don't listen to podcasts or music. I listen to the radio. I've always been like that. And that's the reason why the show is like it is right now, because I listened to the radio and I was like, I like that show. So that's how the show came this way. So thank you to the radio. But this show is not like the radio. It's more like a Sirius XM radio where I can swear and shit because I'm on YouTube. But, you know, what can you do? But, so the restrictions are lifting. And it's good, you know, people, I think with all that, people are excited to go back to normal. I don't think there's going to be a lot of resistance of people like, you know, maybe we should still keep our masks on. I think right when they say the mask mandate is off by this date, fucking everything's going back to normal. And I mean, like, you know, no more masks. Some people will probably still wear a mask. And if you ask me, hospitals and like retirement homes and stuff, they should probably still have to wear a mask if they work there. And, you know, you could say factory workers, yeah, they could have to wear a mask too, which I work in a factory, so you never know. But it is exciting to see the mask mandate be lifted. They say they're going to wait a few more weeks, which hints at, you know, by the end of the month, it could be done. Fingers crossed for the end of March, it is done. And with Doug Ford in the news, he is really trying to get votes because nobody likes him right now. So, you know, he's lifted mandates and doing all that. And the other thing he did was take your license plate stickers off. I don't know if the States does this or not, but yeah, that's weird. I don't know this much about the States. But in Canada, we had to renew our stickers for our car every year. And it costs like $130 for a regular car. So it's going to save Canadians $130 a year. It's going to cost the premier is fucking part of the Ontario a bill apparently, or millions or a billion. I don't know. It's a lot of money to cost just so we don't have to pay our $130 a year to get a new sticker on our car. But when I first started driving, to get that sticker, you had to do a bunch of tests. You had to get your car certified. You had to do your emissions test. And then every year you had to get, or I think it was every 3 years? Maybe it was every year. I think it was maybe every year you had to get an emissions test, or every other year you had to get an emissions test before you could get your car sticker, because if your check engine lights on, you couldn't drive it. But, you know, once you got your emissions test passed and you drove away and your check engine light could fucking come on, you could drive the rest of the year with it on, but you couldn't take it in like that. Fucking stupid. That was a big fucker for me, man. I had an Impala, and I could not get that check engine light off for the life of me. And, like, I remember we put a code reader on it, and there were so many codes, we were just kind of like, huh. And that car ended up dying because the computer went in it, so that was definitely because of the codes. But, you know, Ontario's changing a lot, and, you know, with Doug Ford really trying to get his votes, he's trying everything, lifting mandates, saying he listened to the truckers, and I'm not even talking about the truckers, fuck them. And, you know, getting rid of the license plate stickers. He's doing everything he can to get those votes, and who knows, maybe he'll get back in, but I think he lost my vote. And that will do it for this week's episode of the Honestly Lazy podcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. It is your boy Stick. If you liked it, if you made it this far, might as well leave a like on the video, show support, get me into the algorithm, leave comments, leave feedback, let me know what you think about mask mandates and all that type of stuff. Let me know what, even if you're in the States or something, let me know how COVID is in the States for you, or wherever you're from. Let me know from your side, because in Canada it's just, you know, we're still wearing masks when we go into grocery stores and shit like that. And it'd be nice to hear that everyone else is doing fine and we're just being fucking idiots. But if you like this, leave a like, follow me on my social medias. The description will be down below for you all to know. So, you know, I'm pretty psyched. It feels good being back. I know I took a week off, but I'm not even going to say I'll be back next week, so you never know. Maybe it's just going to be an every other week type of thing. I don't think it will, but you never know. So if you made it this far, yep, like I said, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Spotify. Check out my social medias. I'm starting to post on there a bit more. Twitter and Instagram is what I use the most. And until next time, it's your boy Stick. I'm out. Peace, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
Honestly Lazy Podcast.